Do you remember that strange feeling right before a trip begins? That flutter in your chest, a spark of excitement tangled with a thread of nervousness, as if you're about to step through a doorway into the unknown. It's more than just anticipation. It's the echo of something ancient, a feeling that's been with humanity for millennia. Long before airports and highways, before passports and ticket stubs, people marked their departures with ceremony. For thousands of years, the beginning of a journey was never just a practical moment. It was a threshold, a rite of passage. Today, we dive deep into the world of migration and journey rituals, exploring the hidden meanings behind these timeless ceremonies. We'll discover how travel, in every age, has been more than movement through space. It's a transformation of the soul. Travel was never just physical. In ancient times, migration wasn't simply about finding new land or better opportunities. It symbolized profound change, transformation, and rebirth. The act of leaving one place behind was also the act of leaving behind an old version of oneself, stepping into the unknown and emerging anew. For our ancestors, a journey was a sacred act. The rituals that surrounded departure weren't designed only for safety or luck. They were meant to bring spiritual balance, to prepare the traveler for the changes to come. People understood, perhaps more clearly than we do, that every journey alters not just your surroundings, but also your inner world. To step across a threshold, to leave home, was to cross an invisible line between the familiar and the mysterious, between the person you were and the person you might become. Departure rituals helped travelers acknowledge this transition. They created a space for reflection, for gratitude, and for the courage to embrace the unknown. Let's journey back to the ancient world, where travel and departure ceremonies were woven into the fabric of daily life. In ancient Greece, the road belonged to Hermes, the god of travelers, merchants, and thieves. Before setting out, travelers would pray to Hermes, leaving small offerings at roadside shrines, asking for guidance and protection. These were not empty gestures. They were conversations with the divine, invitations for the gods to walk alongside the traveler. In Rome, rituals of departure took on a particularly powerful form among soldiers. Before each campaign, Roman soldiers would anoint themselves with sacred oils and offer sacrifices to Mars, the god of war. The ritual was both a plea for safety and a way of asking permission from the gods to move forward into the unknown. The ceremony reinforced the idea that travel, especially to places of danger, was not to be taken lightly. A journey was a pact between the mortal and the divine, a shared endeavor in which fate, courage, and devotion played equal parts. Ancient Egyptians, too, approached travel with reverence. Before embarking on long journeys, they would purify themselves with the waters of the Nile. Water, in Egyptian culture, symbolized cleansing, renewal, and safe passage. To wash in the Nile was not just a practical act, it was a symbolic one, a way to wash away old energies and prepare for the road ahead. Purification rituals helped travelers enter a liminal state. One foot in the old world, one in the new. Across the ancient world, these ceremonies were more than superstition. They were profound acknowledgements of the risks and rewards of travel. They recognized that every journey was an act of courage, an opening of the self to transformation. Migration, too, was never just about survival. For entire tribes and communities, moving from one place to another was a spiritual act, rich with meaning. Before a great migration, a tribe would gather for a communal ceremony. Drums would beat, prayers would rise into the air, and the people would say goodbye to the land that had nourished them. Gratitude was at the heart of these rituals, a recognition that, while they carried their hopes into the future, they owed much to the land they were leaving behind. These ceremonies reminded people who they were and where they came from. To migrate was not just to move your body, it was to carry your roots, your stories, and your ancestors into the future. Rituals helped communities stay connected to their identity, even as they ventured into new and unfamiliar territories. In their drums, songs, and prayers, they carried their home with them. Now, let's travel eastward to Anatolia, a land where journey rituals have always been sacred. For centuries, Anatolia sat at the crossroads of civilizations, a bridge between continents and cultures. Here, travel was often dangerous, but it was also a source of opportunity and abundance. Before caravans set out along the Silk Road, families and neighbors gathered for a special ritual. They would pray together for safe passage and share bread, a symbol of abundance and unity. The act of breaking bread together was a wish that the journey ahead would be fruitful and the travelers would return with blessings. In many Anatolian villages, another ritual unfolded at the very doorstep. As someone left home, a family member would pour water behind them. The gesture was simple, but its meaning was profound. May your path flow like water, smooth and free. This blessing connected the traveler to the flow of life itself, a wish for an easy journey and a safe return. Military send-offs in Anatolia were especially moving. With the beat of drums, heartfelt tears, and whispered blessings, young men left their villages, wrapped in the prayers of their families. These scenes may seem modern, but they are echoes of ancient travel rituals, blending farewell with hope, sorrow with faith. Each gesture, each word, was a way to hold on to the traveler, even as they disappeared into the horizon. But not all journeys are about physical distance. Some are measured in depth, not miles. Pilgrimage is perhaps the most profound of all journey rituals, a sacred walk, a spiritual quest, a journey that transforms the soul. Pilgrimages have existed in every culture and religion, from the Camino de Santiago in Spain, to the Hajj pilgrimage in Islam, to the sacred journeys of Buddhists and Hindus. For the Mevlevi dervishes of Anatolia, travel was not just movement across land, it was an inward journey. Their whirling dance, known as the Sema, is a ritual of spiritual ascent. As they spin, the dervishes travel deep within themselves, seeking unity with the divine. For them, the most sacred journey is the one that leads you back to yourself, to your true nature, your deepest essence. Pilgrimage, whether to a holy site or to the center of your own being, is always about transformation. The challenges faced along the road, the trials and tribulations, the moments of doubt and revelation, all become part of the ritual. By the time the pilgrim returns, they are changed, reborn, renewed. Even in our modern world, where journeys often begin with a tap on a smartphone or a scan of a boarding pass, traces of these old ceremonies remain. We may not think of ourselves as performing rituals, but look closely and you'll find echoes of the past in our everyday habits. Some of us say a quiet prayer before leaving home. Others have a ritual of checking their bags 3 times, making sure nothing is forgotten. Some play a favorite song as they pull out of the driveway, setting the tone for the road ahead. These small acts may seem trivial, but they are powerful. They remind us that every journey is a transition, a step into the unknown. They are ways of reassuring ourselves, of gathering courage, of honoring the adventure to come. Whether we light a candle, tie a ribbon, or simply take a deep breath at the door, we are connecting to an ancient lineage of travelers who marked their departures with intention. And perhaps, in those quiet moments before we leave, we feel the same mixture of excitement and nervousness that our ancestors felt. We may not call them rituals anymore, but every departure still holds meaning: change, discovery, renewal. Each journey is a chance to leave behind what no longer serves us, to open ourselves to new experiences, and to return transformed. As we reflect on these ancient and modern journey rituals, it becomes clear that the act of departure is one of humanity's oldest and most universal ceremonies. From ancient temples to modern highways, from tribal migrations to solo road trips, the ritual of leaving and returning connects us across time and culture. Every journey begins with a goodbye, a moment of letting go, of stepping into uncertainty. And every journey ends with a return, a homecoming, an integration of all that we have learned and become. In between, we are changed, shaped by the road, by the people we meet, by the challenges we face. Perhaps that is the true power of journey rituals. They remind us that travel is not just about places on a map, but about the transformation that happens within. They teach us to honor the thresholds in our lives, to approach each new beginning with reverence and gratitude. So the next time you pack your bags or stand at the doorway before a trip, take a moment to recognize the ritual in what you are doing. Feel the weight of history, the presence of all those who have come before you. Know that you are part of a great tradition, one that sees every journey as an opportunity for growth and renewal. If you love exploring the stories of mystical and cultural rituals, make sure to join us on this journey. Every week we uncover humanity's hidden traditions, shining a light on the ceremonies that shape our lives, our communities, and our spirits. Together, we travel through time and across continents, seeking the wisdom of the past and the meaning in our everyday actions. And remember, your next trip, whether it's a grand adventure or a simple walk around the block, can be more than just a journey. With intention and awareness, it can become your own personal ritual, a way of marking the passage from one chapter to the next, from who you were to who you are becoming. So, as you set out on your next adventure, carry with you the spirit of those ancient travelers. Honor the moment of departure. Embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity. And when you return, take a moment to reflect on how you have changed, because every journey, no matter how small, brings us a little closer to who we truly are.